It was supposed to be a simple checkup, a routine visit, just a gospel queen resting her vocals and watching her sodium. But baby, what happened inside that hospital room has shattered every illusion of peace in the Mann family. Tamela Mann, yes. The Tamela Take Me to the King Mann is back in the ICU. And guess who got thrown out the same night? None other than Dr. Jackie I Heal the World Walters. Thrown out by hospital security like a love and hip-hop extra caught backstage. Without credentials, what was she doing in Tamela's room at 3:21 am? Why was David Mann screaming in the hallway about papers and betrayal? And why is Tamela's daughter now deleting every post about Dr. Jackie from her Instagram? Chilly. The stethoscope is no longer holy. Is this medical malpractice or a gospel industry cover-up? Did Dr. Jackie cross a sacred line? And most importantly, why is the church board silent while Tamela's life hangs in the balance? Again, get your tea, your Bible, and your hospital bracelet because this ain't just a medical emergency. It's a miracle gone rogue. It started with whispers, quiet ones, behind the stained glass windows and between the cracks of praise reports. But now, it's loud, deafening, and the gospel world is shaking at its sanctified core, because the same woman who once belted "God provides" is now clinging to life in a hospital bed, while the so-called celebrity doctor sent to help her has just been escorted off the premises by security. Let that sink in. Dr. Jackie Walters, the face of Atlanta's elite medical society and reality TV's most soft-spoken OB-GYN, has officially gone from Bravo sweetheart to gospel villain of the decade. And the question on everybody's lips? What did she do to Tamela Mann? Now let's rewind just a bit, because the receipts, they're plentiful. The tension between Dr. Jackie and the Mann family didn't just start last week. It's been brewing, boiling right underneath our noses. And baby, it finally exploded. Like communion wine on white robes, let's take it back to that infamous conference in Dallas. Remember when Tamela fainted backstage moments before her performance? Folks assumed it was exhaustion or low blood sugar. But no, that incident was the first documented moment that Tamela's health visibly declined. And who just so happened to be the keynote speaker for the health panel at that event? Yep, Dr. Jackie. Allegedly, Jackie had started privately treating Tamela 6 months before that event, according to close family insiders. But instead of bringing healing, her presence reportedly brought division. Sources claim Jackie tried to overhaul Tamela's medications, cut her off key supplements, and insisted on experimental treatments that weren't even cleared by Tamela's primary physician. And here's where it gets dark. According to anonymous staffers at the hospital who are now reportedly under gag orders, Dr. Jackie bypassed protocol. She was allegedly slipping into Tamela's private suite at odd hours, often without permission. One nurse, under the alias Sister K, claims Jackie was caught administering N4 without checking the charts. Another source told Church T Weekly that Jackie screamed at a resident nurse who questioned her dosage instructions. Chilly. Not this turning into Grey's Anatomy. Gospel edition. But where was David Mann in all this, you ask? Oh, he was there. And heated. Reports say David walked in on one of these secret visits around M and demanded Jackie leave immediately. Allegedly, he accused her of experimenting on his wife and threatened legal action. And baby, the hospital cameras caught it all. Word is, David was seen clutching what looked like a crumpled-up prescription pad while yelling, "This ain't your lab rat." Now here's where the plot thickens. After the confrontation, hospital administration met in an emergency session. Just hours later, Jackie was officially relieved of any access or authority on Tamela's case. But instead of quietly leaving, sources say she refused to step down and had to be escorted out by security. Can you imagine? Dr. Jackie, in her signature pearls and lab coat, being escorted out of a hospital like a trespassing fan at a gospel meet and greet. Witnesses claim she shouted, "This isn't over. I'm the only one who can save her from WHAT." Jackie, from the mess you allegedly created? And let's not forget the Mann family's silence is speaking volumes. Tamela's daughter Tiffany, who once praised Dr. Jackie on Instagram for being a light in dark times, has now deleted every post featuring her. Gone, wiped, like Jackie never existed in their timeline. Fans, of course, have taken to social media like wildfire. One user posted, "If Dr. Jackie was treating Tamela, why hasn't her condition improved? I knew something was off. My spirit ain't restin'." Another tweet that's now gone viral reads, "Dr. Jackie out here thinking she on married to medicine when she should be married to him." But just when you think this saga couldn't get messier, it does. Because Jackie, rather than laying low and consulting a lawyer, decided to go live. That's right. Days after being removed from Tamela's case, Dr. Jackie went live at 3 o'clock a.m. again with the drama on her backup Instagram account. Wearing a hoodie, no makeup, and tears in her eyes, "I tried to help her," she said between sobs. But the people around her, they don't want her healed, they want her silenced. Phew, what kind of lifetime villain monologue was that? But, baby, we ain't done yet, because what Jackie said next sent gospel group chats straight into DEFCON 1. She whispered, "There's a reason David never wanted me alone with her. There are things Tamela told me, things she couldn't say out loud." And just like that, she was gone. Live ended. Comments disabled. Screenshots flooding the internet.so. Now the internet is on fire. Hospital reps are dodging reporters. The Mann family is behind a PR wall. And Dr. Jackie? Silent. Completely vanished. From social media, her office temporarily closed for renovations, and not a single client appointment rescheduled. This isn't just another medical drama. This is spiritual sabotage. And as the gospel world gasps and Tamela's condition reportedly worsens, fans are left with more questions than answers. But don't go anywhere, because in this video, we're breaking down the so-called evidence, the leaked prescriptions, and the cryptic voicemail Tamela allegedly left for her daughter before her health took another dive. And just when we thought the dust might finally settle, oh baby, the real storm was just warming up. Because while Tamela lay helpless in that hospital bed, surrounded by IVs, heart monitors, and a very expensive silence, Dr. Jackie wasn't praying. She wasn't pacing. No, according to one anonymous hospital insider, she was allegedly in the VIP lounge with David Mann, whispering, plotting, and smiling. "I walked past the hallway and saw them laughing," the source whispered. She wasn't wearing her coat. She looked like she was in control. But here's the kicker. Hospital surveillance footage has conveniently disappeared. Yup, the files from the exact hours Tamela's oxygen tank malfunctioned gone, deleted, corrupted. And who had access? Only to people. The head of tech security. And Dr. Jackie. Now hold up, let's rewind. Remember those experimental pills Tamela was allegedly taking? The ones David told the public were doctor prescribed? Well, now we know those weren't on any hospital log. A nurse came forward anonymously, saying she saw Jackie hand David a bottle with no label, no barcode, just plain white pills. And when Tamela's vitals crashed that night, the nurse claims David grabbed the bottle, threw it in his coat, and stormed out. No questions asked. No incident report filed. Y'all, what is going on in that hospital? This ain't Grey's Anatomy. This is a full-blown conspiracy with a gospel soundtrack. Now let's talk about Dr. Jackie's Instagram post that mysteriously vanished 2 hours after it went live. In the post, she wrote, "Sometimes the medicine is the marriage." Fans were confused. Was it a poetic metaphor? A cry for help? Or was it a straight-up confession that Tamela's deteriorating condition was a tool in some twisted spiritual tactical move to keep David's public image clean? Chilly, social media went ballistic. Hashtag Fire Dr. Jackie trended for 36 hours. Hashtag Save Tamela hit 100,000 tweets in a day. And here comes the spiritual elite, weighing in like judges at a heavenly talent show. Bishop Loretta Green tweeted, If God don't do it, we sure can't trust Dr. Jackie to. Even Kirk Franklin's cousin's daughter's ex-fiancé did a Facebook Live saying, "Y'all, I heard she was never licensed in Georgia. She was moonlighting on borrowed credentials." Now obviously that ain't confirmed, but baby, the screenshots were screenshotting. One post even alleged that Dr. Jackie used her influence to get Tamela moved to the private wing, a section of the hospital usually reserved for politicians and billionaires. Why? So nobody would see what was really going on, because what was really going on was chaos and fear. According to a second whistleblower, Tamela's chart was digitally locked the night before her collapse. Translation? Only two people had access, Dr. Jackie and David Mann. When the hospital board launched an internal audit last week, guess who didn't show up to testify? Dr. Jackie. Her lawyer claimed she was emotionally I told y'all years ago there's something off about that woman. You don't mix God's will with greed and think the Lord won't expose it eventually, and expose. He did. Because just hours after Dr. Jackie was escorted out of the hospital, yes, escorted like a criminal, purse swinging and all, a secret voicemail leaked to TMZ. In it, Dr. Jackie is allegedly heard yelling, "I did what I had to do to keep this quiet. I did everything for Tamela." For her, excuse me, for Tamela? Is that why she's on a ventilator? Is that why her family's been locked out of her room for days while you observe her progress? But wait, it gets worse. One source close to the Mann family claims that Tamela's daughter tried to visit her mom, only to be denied by hospital security. They told her, per the primary's request, she's on a spiritual cleanse and cannot be disrupted. And guess who that primary was? You guessed it, Dr. Jackie. How did she get that power? Who gave her that authority? Why is a televangelist calling shots in a medical crisis? And most importantly, what is she hiding? Because if this was truly about healing, about hope, about faith, why are so many people being silenced? This isn't just malpractice. This is a miracle turned manufactured nightmare. Now, let's take a breath, but don't exhale just yet. Because in this video, we're diving into the fallout, the hospital investigation, and what Tamela's legal team just uncovered. We're talking fraud, falsified charts, spiritual manipulation, and maybe, just maybe, the end of Dr. Jackie's so-called healing empire. And just when you thought the gospel world couldn't get more chaotic, boom, video hits like a Sunday morning tambourine to the forehead. Buckle up, saints and sinners, because the final act of this holy disaster is soaked in legal chaos, church cover-ups, and a David Mann unraveling faster than a cheap lace front in a baptism pool. Let's start with the hospital. After Dr. Jackie was publicly escorted out, yes, escorted, as in security had to physically remove her from the premises like a scandalous ex-wife at a church wedding, more shocking details began to emerge. Leaked emails, reportedly from within the hospital board, suggest that Jackie had been under investigation for months. One insider claimed there were whispers about her prioritizing certain celebrity patients over others. But with Tamela, it went too far. She was documenting fake vitals, running non-essential tests, and demanding total privacy on a floor meant for cardiac emergencies. And guess what? HIPAA violations are just the beginning. A whistleblower nurse whose name was blacked out in the leak but goes by Nurse Bye on TikTok went viral after posting a video titled, "I quit. I'm not risking my license for Dr. Jackie." She tearfully revealed how the medical team was allegedly instructed to ignore standard protocol, with Jackie ordering unapproved medications and forging Tamela's test results to mask her condition. And then came the most jaw-dropping revelation of all. A forged signature was discovered on a "Do Not Resuscitate" DNR order. Tamela's signature, while she was in a medically induced coma. Let that sink in. The document, intended to prevent doctors from saving her life in the event of organ failure, was allegedly signed by Tamela while she was unconscious. Who signed it? Hospital investigators believe it was someone in Jackie's inner circle, maybe an intern, maybe an administrator. But online sleuths have another theory. David Mann himself, cue the gasp, cue the organ, cue the courtroom sketch artist, because this just turned into an episode of Law and Order, Gospel Victims Unit. Let's talk about David Mann. This man has been moving silent but not in a holy way. After Jackie's exit, David stopped showing up at the hospital altogether. Tamela's daughter, Tiffany, reportedly confronted her father, asking why he was avoiding updates on Tamela's condition. An insider overheard the conversation and claimed David snapped, saying, "I already buried her once in my heart. I can't do it again." What does that even mean, David? Twitter wants answers, and speaking of answers, Tamela's fans are storming the gates. Literally, prayer warriors camped outside the hospital holding "Justice for Tamela" signs, while YouTube prophets are claiming divine visions of her rising out of bed and rebuking her entire medical team. But the real storm came from the Southern Gospel Health Board, which launched an emergency investigation into Jackie's license. According to a document obtained exclusively by Messy Church Weekly, Dr. Jackie's medical license has been suspended pending a full review. That means no surgeries, no consultations, no photo ops with gospel legends on gurneys. She's officially benched. And let's not forget the spiritual consequences. Several pastors have distanced themselves from Jackie, including Bishop T. Willard, who once called her the healing hands of Christ. In a recent sermon, he made an awkward pivot. Sometimes even the vessels we trust must be cleansed. No one is above reproach, not even the doctor in designer heels. Yikes. Meanwhile, gospel insiders are whispering that a massive legal battle is brewing between Tamela's camp and the hospital. Lawyers representing the Mann family are reportedly preparing to sue for gross negligence, medical fraud, and spiritual interference. But wait, it gets darker. One night, Tiffany Mann went live on Instagram, tears running down her face, whispering, "My mother didn't just slip into a coma. Someone helped push her there." The comment section exploded. Some fans demanded Jackie be criminally charged, while others turned on David, digging up old tax evasion records, past cheating rumors, and that one shady investment in a gospel-themed crypto coin called Holocoin. Now everybody's dirty, and through it all, Tamela is still fighting. Sources say she opened her eyes briefly, whispering only one name: Jesus. But according to Tiffany, the real miracle will be if her mother remembers what really happened during her time in that hospital. What she saw, what she heard, what was done to her. Some believe Tamela will come back with a testimony so explosive it'll shut down every megachurch from Georgia to Texas. Others think she's too broken, too betrayed, too silenced. And let's not forget the music. A leaked memo from her record label suggests Tamela's upcoming album, Deliver Me PD 2, has been postponed indefinitely, while contracts are being reviewed due to liability concerns. Translation: she might not sing again. Not in public. Not for money.so. What now? Dr. Jackie has vanished from social media. No lives, no statements, just a black and white story post that said, "Sometimes the truth gets crucified." David? Still silent. Tamela? Still recovering. Tiffany? Still fighting. And us? We're just waiting. waiting for the other gospel shoe to drop, for anyone to tell the full truth. But in a world where power, prayer, and prescription pads collide, maybe the truth doesn't set you free. Maybe it gets you fired. Or worse, stay tuned because the war between heaven, hospital beds, and hypocrites ain't over yet. And there you have it, folks. The hospital halls are quiet, but the whispers are screaming. Dr. Jackie, once hailed as the queen of bedside miracles, is now standing outside the very institution she once ruled, holding her reputation like a shattered clipboard. Tamela Mann? Still fighting, still praying, still holding on. But now, without the woman she trusted most at her side. So now we ask the questions no one else dares to whisper out loud. Did David Mann orchestrate this entire thing just to isolate Tamela? Even further, was Dr. Jackie just another pawn in a twisted gospel empire built on silence and image? And most importantly, is Tamela safe? Because while Instagram posts show strength and smiles, behind the scenes it's a different picture of medical negligence, spiritual warfare, and a crumbling foundation dressed in white coats and Sunday best. We're not done. Not even close. So before this video mysteriously disappears or the comments get suspiciously limited, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next drop. You know, the one where that so-called nurse with the red nails finally speaks out, or when those hospital security tapes mysteriously leak. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Dr. Jackie was framed? Is David Mann hiding something? And should Tamela's family file a lawsuit before it's too late? Because in this hospital saga, no one's a patient, everyone's a suspect. We'll be back faster than a forged prescription. Stay tuned, stay woke, stay messy.